Chris and Gutter here. Actually, sorry, OX Kennedy now.
OX Kennedy.
Good
Yes,
morning. Good
yes, that is
morning.
correct. Hey, what's up? What's up, man? Also known as Ken, also or Gutter, either one. Good morning, man. We're here. No timer this time, so we're going straight off.
Yeah, straight to it, man. In this video, we do have a special guest that we'll bring up in just a minute. He's been on the show before. Excellent trader. It says JJ Bang. And really excited to have him on here. We're going to be specifically talking about this huge sell that he made. Just being able to navigate the A plan, the other side last weekend. I know he was on Twitter giving advice for how to navigate gas and all that. So he actually has a pretty wild success story that I haven't even heard yet. Waiting for this live interview to hear it. As usual, nothing in this video is financial advice. We're not financial advisors. If you like this type of content, be sure to smash the like button and subscribe. And we'll be here every week. So without further ado, let's bring him up. What's up, JJ?
Oh,
Hey,
you
what's
brought
up?
that.
What's up, Chris? What's up, Kennedy? Last
Hey,
time I
what's
saw
up?
you in LA, it was gutter, but we're moving up in the world,
Yes.
man.
Yeah,
Moving
we made
up.
it out the gutter, man. We're getting out the gutter, man. You know how that goes.
Yeah.
But you can still call me Gutter, though. You could call me whatever you met me as. That's
Yeah,
that's pretty much how it goes out here.
that's cool, man. I mean, that's the whole space, right? You can just rebrand anytime, and it's dope. It's Web3
Have,
Yeah.
identities.
have you always been JJ? Is it JJ Bang or JJ Bang?
Yeah,
Have
it's
you always
JJ.
yeah, I go by JJ, but JJ Bang was like my username in all the games back in the day. So yeah, I've always
Oh,
I've always gone by that.
I
But
love it. I love
Yeah.
it. I used to go by like a abbreviated name because like in the
Mhm.
Call of Duty days, if you wanted to try to get a kill feed, your name couldn't be too long. So I always like went by
Ah,
like a smaller name for the feeds, but nobody could
Mm.
pronounce it, so I ended up abandoning it.
What was that? CVERS8?
Yeah. That was it. It was
Seaverse.
Seaverse. Yeah, I went by that for a while, but
Seavers.
everybody's like
That's easy.
hovers
Okay.
or yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
always got to
but
show
J
up. Hey,
nah, but JJ, you're we have a new whole system where we didn't have that runway to introduce you, but we have some additions to the show, man. We have different things added to the show now since you've been here. So a round of applause for JJ, man.
that's clean.
Yeah, we got soundboards now, man. Things are changing. We're moving up in the world, man. Uh, also air horn as well. Got to give you
Let's
one of
go.
those. Got to give you one of those. So yeah, we're here, man. I just had to do a few things on the sideline, but now we're here. Tell us, man, how you been, man? We haven't seen you in a while.
Hey, man, it's been crazy. What happened since we
Hmm.
last been on here? Moonbirds, ape land, a lot of stuff in between,
A lot of
probably.
stuff happened. Yeah,
But two big
yeah.
things, and I thought that the market was going to crash after those two, but looking like we're still strong. So that's bullish, I think, long term. you know um
Mm.
i've been uh I've been trying to get more sleep lately, but not really working well, especially after that sale. Can't complain. Can't
Not
complain.
at
So
all.
uh, I'll get to sleep soon. I mean, this week is kind of crazy too, with all the drops, right? You got PXN tonight, and then you got
Hmm.
like Mind Blowing, some other drops as well. I think Possessed or some other some other stuff this week. But yeah, it's crazy. Too many good drops, man.
Yeah, there's a few, but right now we want to talk about your strategy with the A plan. Now, I want to know everything. I want to start from the very top. When you woke up that morning, how did you feel? The whole thing. What did you have for breakfast? Everything. Run us through that. How you got that dub?
Do you care
Bro.
if I pull up your OpenSea? Do you mind?
Yeah, go for it. No, I don't
Okay,
mind.
I'll just do
Hey,
that in the background.
but yeah, Kennedy, it's pretty funny because what they sold late the last night, like 9 p.m. or something. That
Yeah,
crazy ass war. I had tweeted out like pretty much be careful. Like base fee is gonna be dumb high, and it was pretty high, like the highest I think we've seen in a long time for base
a very
already,
long
right?
time.
The sale took like over 2 hours, and I was telling everyone I'm not gonna miss reveal, right? So I stayed up until like 5 a.m. my time, and
Mm.
I just couldn't do it after that, man. Like, so you're asking me what I had for breakfast, man? I took a fat L for breakfast. Try to stay up, I'm like, oh man, if I miss, I miss, whatever. So I woke up at like 2 p.m. that day. They haven't revealed, and man, they still
Hmm.
didn't announce anything. So like, I couldn't go shower. I gotta stay at my desk, watch the feed. Can't eat, just in case that they do a shop reveal, right? So and then
Hmm.
come like 4:50, like they're like, all right, we're gonna reveal at 5, and so I was ready then, and I was kind of failing on the snipes at the first, right? Because
Hmm.
you really wanted to get the quota, but it wasn't even like showing up as a trait on NFT nerds or OpenSea yet. So like was failing on that. But then I noticed, and a lot of other traders noticed that like during the pre-reveal period, like under 30,000 was like for mutant lands, and then under 10,000 was for Bored Ape lands, right? So I just set up a filter for those two, and then was trying to snipe pretty much whenever like they would get listed like closer to floor, right? Because sometimes people were listing the ape lands, the Bored Ape lands for like 8 ETH, right? And they were going for like
Hmm.
20 ETH on secondary. So it was like an easy try to snipe. So I just kept trying and trying. Eventually I hit one for the Bored Ape lands, right? I almost missed it too, man. I was like looking somewhere else, saw it popped up. I saw like 10 pendings. I'm like, all right, whatever, just throw a shot at it. And then, it insta confirmed, and I had never had that happen. I was like, holy shit. So I didn't even know what I had at first, right? So,
Hmm.
people were blowing up in the MVHQ voice chat. They were like, whoa, dude, you already have a 35 ETH offer on it. I'm like, wait, what? I just thought it was a regular ape land. And then I looked at the serial, and it was 232, and it turned out it was in the inner circle, right? So
Oh,
when you go
okay.
into that in the other side .xyz and you explore that map, right? You got the Bored Ape club in the center, and then there's like only about like 300 lands that are in that center
Oh
island
wow.
right
Okay.
next to it.
Mm.
And so mine was in that center island, and it was like right on the waterfront, right? So I was like,
Waterfront, you call
yeah,
it.
prime real estate,
You call it waterfront.
you know, in case you want to go get.
Pixelated waterfront.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know how they're gonna do it, but man. So I saw that, and I saw the floor price, right? So I went on NFT Nerds. Like NFT Nerds, I think is the best tool in the market right now. It's pretty expensive, but a lot of groups, they have discount codes if you join them, like MBHQ and uh, Sniff, where I'm part of, and Origins, and I'm sure Ninjalerts can also get a discount code with them doing a collab if y'all haven't already. But yeah, it's one of the best sniping tools out there, and so I filtered by token ID less than 300, and I saw that the floor was like 100 ETH on it, and it was getting sales. So yeah,
Mm.
I listed it for 100, and then went to go watch TV with the wife. Spend some time after like 30 hours of
Sleepless nights, yeah.
sleepless night. Come back, and I saw my DMs blowing up. I was like, oh shit. I hit a quota on reveal, so I was like, oh, maybe that's sold, right? So that did sell, but then I also sold that 100 ETH land, and I was like, holy shit, man.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
never had that happen. So I had back to back, my biggest sales in NFTs, 34 and a half for the Coda, and then the 100 for that
And
land.
100?
Yeah.
Hold on, man. This is a round of applause, man. You
Oh,
deserve this one.
thank you, man.
Nice.
You want to hear something
Nice.
wild? Yeah.
Oh,
Thank you.
oh man.
You want to hear
Yeah, you
something
deserve.
wild though?
Yeah.
You click on
Yes,
that
yes,
100
we do.
ETH land. You click on that NFT. Look what it sold for after. Like only maybe like 8 hours later. So
Down more.
if you scroll down more,
Hold on.
232, man.
Ah,
What? What the
ah,
heck, dude?
But look who bought it though.
ah.
If you
Who bought it?
scroll down, the same guy that sold it to me rebought it for 232.
Oh my god.
Oh
Yeah.
my
Oh my
god.
god.
So,
Somebody screwed up.
yeah, someone screwed up and they were tilted, man. They were like, I fucked up. I got to make this right. So,
What?
my DMs, my Twitter was blowing up in the morning, like, oh, look at you. You messed up the sale. I was like, yo, I'm happy to be the meat in
Yeah,
that
dude.
sandwich, man.
Yeah.
I'm,
That's
I'm, I'm
100
fine,
ETH.
And
Yeah, I'd be
That's
fine too.
nice.
that I describe that as like a one buyer market, right? Like only that guy is buying for that much because he's mad, he's heated. He's like, God damn, man, I can't believe I listed that. So, I'm not gonna ever play to that one buyer market, in case they
Yeah.
never come and then the liquidity disappears. You never know, right? Like the floor for ape lands now, man, people down bad on ape lands.
Yeah,
It's
especially the regular land is
yeah, man.
down
It's like
terrible.
3 ETH, I think, or three and
Oh,
change. So,
dude, I didn't even know it was that low. I haven't
yeah.
checked in a few days.
Yeah.
That's
So
crazy.
everyone's like, Yuga, please announce something.
It cost them 2 ETH just for the gas to minute.
Oh my God, yeah. I mean, yeah, it's like 3.6 right now. So, with the ape coin being, I think it was like anywhere from 1 to 2 ETH for 305. Like, some people are definitely down on this right now. But if
Mm.
anything, we've seen with, Yuga, you don't fade them, just hold it. It'll probably be fine down the line. But yeah, this guy, I thought I did the demon flip. This guy did the double demon flip on me.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, yeah, he did.
yeah,
What even possessed him to be like, yeah, 232 ETH should sell?
see, that's the thing. I think that he knew who it was that sold it, and so he knew, like
Mm.
maybe through some inner circles or whatever, that guy was pissed and like he was gonna buy it back. So I mean, Otto Suin did some tweets on Twitter about it. And he thinks it's Deepak that bought it back. So if it's 232 ETH to Deepak, that's nothing to that guy. So
Yeah.
they could just be totally flexing, like, look, I could just buy it back. you know.
That's a lot of money to flex to just,
Yeah,
that's a say I could do. But
yeah.
hey, you ate off that. That's pretty nice. Something I did hear you say though, you said you on NFT Nerds, you could see pending transactions for a specific uh uh like listening.
Yeah, yeah. So I don't know if I could share my screen real quick.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, you
Yeah,
can.
you could.
and I'm not trying to show like NFT nerds or whatever, but this is a tool that I use like every single day, all the time. Probably like the only tool you pretty much need. And then,
Yeah, there's a lot of tools coming out now though. Like
yeah.
it's like an alpha kind of meta going on right now. Where there's a
Mhm.
bunch of tools, a bunch of alpha groups,
Alpha
all
groups
trying to eat.
are mooning, and then there's this NFT called Mirror Pass where they like
Yeah,
just copy from
yeah,
every alpha group.
yeah. I was gonna mint those, but I got talked off that ledge, and I missed, I missed on that one. But hey,
Man,
there'll be more.
it is what it is. There'll be more opportunities, right? And I
Yes,
I think that thing can't sustain anyway. Like it's gonna
nah,
it's gonna go
nah.
down. But yeah, so like if you're on NFT nerds, right, you'll see like
Mm-hmm.
there's this checkbox for pendings, and you can see
Mm.
like that circle going, right? And you can also see it going
Oh,
live too, right? Like if I'm scrolling down, like you'll know it's like a crazy snipe if you see like 20, 30 pendings on that listen. And it shows you like what gas they're using too, right? But
really?
yeah,
Oh shit.
it's only if they're using here, right? So if they're using like a different RPC, like Flashbots or Eden or something to master transaction, you're not going to see it. But um, most of the time, people aren't going to do that. So like you can see there, like what
So
gas they're using.
so you could just front run them like
Yeah, you could
just like
try,
that.
but the blocks could be processed before your transaction gets in. So sometimes you could
Mm.
send like a higher gas and then it's already done. So
Ah, okay.
yeah, because the blocks, they got a lot of variance. Like a block average, I think, is completes in like 12 to 14 seconds, but it could be
Mm,
anywhere from like a couple seconds to like a whole minute, right? So, if
mm.
that block is taking forever, you start to see like 50 transactions piling in, everyone trying to front run each other. Yeah.
So how many transactions did you say was pending on the ape land you bought?
Man, it was 30 pending.
30?
Yeah, I just
Oh
sent a
my god.
prayer, man. I was like, whatever, here's my transaction, and then man, it confirmed. Like I couldn't believe it, but you know,
Nice, nice. You flipped it for 100. That's nice, man. Hold up. Air horn for that one, man. 100 ETH. Air horn, man. Another round of applause. I just got to. Just have to. A lot of people took L's that day, but you took a big dub. Nice.
Thank you, man. Yeah.
And you didn't mint at all?
Oh, I minted two. Yeah, and then one of them was a coda, so I got real lucky there.
Mm.
It was just a crazy day for me, man. Like, you know,
So what do you mean minted? You did the auction, the public, or you had
yeah, I did the
the?
public. So I had
Also, you
like,
succeeded doing that
yeah,
as well.
yeah. So,
Oh, okay.
um, I was helping a ton of people that day too. Like a lot of people had stuck transactions, and so just helping them get sure that their transaction went through. So in Metaverse HQ, we had like 5 people helping each other out, and so I think nobody like got wrecked that day
What
on the
was your
gas.
advice about
Really?
that? I saw a tweet about it on like the stuck
Mhm.
transactions.
Yeah. So I try to get that out close to the end because I was figuring it out while it was going, right? And so by the time I figured out like the common problem, like I tweeted out this right here. Like with stuck transactions, there was a couple things that I saw. So you know how they have that experimental feature in MetaMask where you can like lock in your gas, whatever. Like so, if I go to settings, experimental, this thing enable enhanced gas fee UI.
It doesn't show your MetaMask pop-ups on that
Oh
window.
shoot.
Uh,
Let me change my window.
I mean, you don't have to like show us your personal MetaMask to
Okay.
describe it for us.
Yeah. So in the settings, there's like this experimental setting called Enable Enhanced Gas Fee UI. And so if you have that enabled, I don't know why, but right now, with MetaMask, there's a bug where if you have that, you can't cancel or speed up your transaction. So
Really?
it'll just keep failing, like to send to the mempool. So you have to have that disabled, right? Otherwise, you can't cancel. So I don't recommend that anyone use that feature, at least not right now until they fix that. And then there was another setting that you needed, which is customized transaction notes. So that right here. So what that means is when you submit a transaction, right? It's like an order book, right? So like this one right here, it's got a nonce of 4352. The one before that has a nonce of 4351, right? So what you want to do when you cancel a transaction is you're sending a transaction with the same nonce, right? So like my
Hmm.
order 4353 to mint, like I'm just replacing that with order for 4353 to cancel, right? Or to send
Hmm.
myself 0 ETH, right?
Yes.
So you had to do that and have a high enough priority fee, right? Because the miner was going to accept your transaction with like, let's say you use 2,000 Gwei, so now you got to pay more, right? Otherwise, why would they replace that transaction? So you have to send like 2,200 or so instead of that 2,000, and then you have to have enough max fee to cover base fee. So what I saw a lot of the times was people were sending like 2,000, 2,000, 3,000, 3,000, but the base fee was like 6,000, right? So when
Mm.
we go on Block Native, right, gas is split up into two fees, which is the priority fee and the base fee, right? So if you're sending like 3,000, 3,000, and the base fee is 7,000, you don't have enough to cover the fee, right? So you had to
Hmm.
change your transaction to be like 3,000, 10,000, right? So that you can accommodate that high base fee. So hopefully, I got some DMs like my advice helps some people, but hopefully I got it out soon enough. But yeah, man, we got to have like a gas class for the public because it's not intuitive, man. Like I saw
Not at all.
a lot of seasoned traders were getting stuck, right? And so, I don't think that we've ever seen base fee that high. So, just for next time that we can all prepare and have it like just the baseline to be good there because the public that got in on this mint, they got wrecked, man. Like I don't know how they're supposed to know
Big
that.
time.
They're
Yeah.
just sitting there with their transaction. Yeah.
I remember
Yeah.
back in August, I lost like $300 on a failed transaction, and I was like so sad about it. Like
Yeah, man.
it bugged me for like
Three
I,
hundred
I
dollars, Chris.
I still think about it from time to time. I'm like, man, that just wasted. I didn't have Hugo
Exactly,
to pay
man.
me back.
And for this one, it
Yeah.
was like $6,000, right?
Yeah. Yeah. It's a lot more than 300.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what gas did you pay to get yours through?
Yeah, so I actually paid a little more than than I should have. Like, cause I kind of got like the FOMO early, and I just was like, yo, I gotta mint this. So let me see if I could find my transaction.
Did you mint right away, or
Yeah,
did you wait a little bit?
I minted right off the bat, and I sped up a little, and then I was looking back, and I was like, yeah, you shouldn't have done that. Um, Let me see if I could find it. Can't remember what it was called. Midlands. There you go. Yeah, I paid like 3.25 ETH in gas, which was on the
Ooh,
higher side, right?
wee. Ooh, that's that. I know people that lost that much that didn't get anything though, so that's pretty good. But damn, that's a good budget just for gas
Yeah,
alone.
I was I was telling people ahead of time, save 1 to 2 ETH for gas for each mint. So if you wanted two, save 2 to 4 ETH, and if you wanted one, save 1 to 2 ETH, right? And like actually, the ones that got stuck at the start and we helped out, they ended up paying cheaper in the end, right? Because
Really?
yeah, we had them cancel their transaction because when you cancel your transaction, it uses 21,000 GUI, right? Or sorry,
Hmm.
21,000 gas units, right? So, the fee is always the gas price, which is your base plus your priority fee times the gas used, right? So
Hmm.
when they canceled with like, let's say they got stuck with 3,000, and then they canceled using 3,300 priority and like 10,000 base, instead of multiplying it by 351,000, you multiply it by 21,000, right? So you end up paying cheaper because then you just remint it. You pay like 0.2, 0.15 on the cancel, and then you pay cheaper gas because priority fee, closer to the end, sunk to like two way, and the base fee was still like 6,000, but I paid 9,000 in gas, so they're paying like
Mm.
2/3 of what I paid, so it ended up working out for them. Those that got in towards the end.
Gutter and I discussed this
Oh,
last show, but is it the ones that had the lost transactions being refunded, or is it everyone that get a
No,
lot of?
it's the ones with the out of gas error, right? So one thing to know is whenever you see a transaction like with 95% to 100% gas usage, that's when you want to up your gas limit, right? Because that's the most catastrophic error that you can have in this space. Because like let's say it was, they estimated 350,000 for the gas limit, right? And the gas use was 352,000 here. Like my transaction would fail, and I would use all that gas and not get anything, right? So people
mm.
that had out of gas, like let's say they used what I used, and they out of gas, they paid the same but got nothing, right? So those are the people that they're refunding, and really they should refund everybody, man. That's what they did. They did
Yeah.
absolutely nothing to avoid it. I mean, it kind of seems premeditated at a bit, but you know,
Yeah,
well,
You
but wait, go ahead, Chris.
I was gonna say, you think it's to advertise for their ape chain?
yeah,
I saw that
man,
going on.
that tweet was so badly timed, even if it was a
It
joke.
was.
You
It
know,
Yeah,
was.
it's a bad joke.
That's the definition of too soon.
yeah, that's like if a house burned down after a fire, that's because they used the shitty insurance. Good thing we're launching our insurance right after.
Yeah, but do you think even if they optimize it, do you not think it is still would have went out of control? That's what
Yeah.
Vitalik Buterin kind of said. Like
Mhm.
it doesn't matter how much they optimize, there people are still gonna go too crazy for this, anyways.
Yeah, so I saw a lot of people saying like, "Oh, use 721A or blah blah blah." They could have done a lot to optimize the gas use in the contract, and what they're talking about is the code, right? Like they could have
Mm.
optimized like lowered this number, right? But what happens when you lower that number is that people are just going to increase this number and this number, right? So it's going to be the same in the end. Now, what they could have done was they could have, not over allocated for one, right? Like if it was, one per KYC wallet and it was less than the mint amount, there's no rush to mint. They could have gave a timeline for how long wave one was going to last. They just said it's going to last however long it lasts. Oh,
We lost them.
Yeah, we lost him for right now, but he'll be back. I think he's
Sorry
back.
about that. She just didn't want to be doxxed, but yeah.
No, no, it's cool.
That's cool. That's cool. But so yeah, like you're gonna end up using the same gas just from the optimizations in the contract. But what they could have done was they could have, they could have allocated less, or they could have set a mint time, right? You know how most projects they say like, you know, pre-list window is 24 hours. Like they just said
Mm.
wave one is however long it lasts. So, if I'm you and if I'm on the wait list, like shit, I ain't waiting. That
Mhm.
could mean an hour. That can mean 30 minutes, right? And just doing the math based on the gas usage, right? It was going to take 75 minutes minimum. Nothing else going on in the rest of the blockchain, right? Just because of how many mints they had and um, how much gas is being used, right? Because each block can only process a maximum of 30 million gas units. So
Mhm.
you do the math, you can only do like a little under 100 per block, right? 100 mints, and you needed 100 mints of two, so that's 200 mints, and you needed 70,000 or 55,000 mints, right? That's a lot of blocks, that you had to wait for. So someone did the math on Twitter. I think it was Crumbs, OX Crumbs, and it's like 80 minutes minimum for the mint. So they could have just
80
said,
minutes. Mm.
yeah, they could have just said like, you know what, we're giving you 6 to 12 hours, and then people would have just relaxed.
Yeah. So you would call this drop a fail on their part, or
Yeah, definitely. I mean, well, they succeeded in what they wanted to do, I think,
well,
right?
yeah, they sold everything.
They
Yeah.
sold everything. They got the attention of the market. I think it was on the news. I think I can't remember what outlet it was, but it was like Bloomberg or something. Or I don't know. It got to mainstream news about the gas that was burnt. It was like 300 million or something
Mm.
gas burnt.
We
Or
could do a lot
it's
with that
so it's
money, man.
yeah. I mean, it's unfortunate, right? It's just out of the market forever, right?
Mm.
Yeah, but
So no, go ahead.
I think it's a good signal to other projects, like the ones that do it right, like Azuki, like
Moonbirds.
Moonbirds. Man, Moonbirds. Day of, I was like, man, this sucks, right? As a trader, because like I want to gas this up, I want to get mine, but they did
Mm.
what was best for their project, right? Almost no gas burnt on on their whitelist and throughout their stuff. So yeah, like applause to them because they did a great job with that one.
Oh, nice. So, do you after everything like currently going on, do you think we're heading into a bear market, or do you think the opposite?
I think the opposite. Because all these secondary collections are doing well. I think a lot's going to depend on what happens with the Fed today and all that other narrative. But people will slowly realize, like, bro, like it doesn't even matter what inflation is, right? Where can I invest? Like, housing is
Mm.
pumped to shit. Stocks are, it's a rigged game. What am I gonna do, right? There's only there's only a couple places else you can do, which is like, your own business or investing in crypto or some other side companies, right? So I think short term you'll probably see like a little dip, like a little bear, and then bull. I think a bull's coming because I was looking at collections like day of, day after, and all the
Mm.
secondary collections like pumped, man. Like your Cool Cats was running, like Ragnarok was
Was
running.
it?
Yeah, yeah, day of.
Oh, oh, the
Some
day
other
of.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Because now like they're kind of coming back down again.
Yeah, a lot down. Yeah,
Hmm.
they're
Yeah,
down bad right now.
yeah. Like Doodles went up, Azuki went up, Moonbirds went up, Beans ripped, man. That one went like
Yeah,
from
those
4 to
beans.
6.5 or something. Um, Ragnarok went from 2 to almost 3, and now it's back at 2.7. Let's see what else there is. Yeah, like Imaginary One's still at 1, 10 KTF. I think that's like not accurate, but it's still around like 1 or 0.8. Um,
Mm.
Three Landers recovered. Yeah, like a lot of the tier two collections and like the low end like tier ones were recovering, and I thought that was a good sign because especially everyone was saying after Moonbirds after Ape Land like months ago, like market was gonna collapse. But
I was saying that as well. Yeah, I thought it was
me
just
too.
gonna.
Me too.
Yeah.
But I think you're seeing a lot of new money and a lot of confidence in the market, right? So I think that's a good sign, bullish sign for the long term health. Like, definitely think we're gonna trend bull within like the next month or two. Say, you know, ignoring anything happening in the world, like because if we go full on war, then everything's gonna crash, or some
Yeah.
unrest in the states, stuff like that. Yeah.
What's you mentioned about the feds? I haven't been keeping up. What's the topic of today? What's happening today with that?
I
Fed
think
minutes.
Yeah, I think they're gonna address inflation, and like I think a lot of people are expecting like a rate hike. Um, I think it's going on right now, but I'm not sure. It could be later today. I forget, but a lot of what's said there is going to affect the rest of the market and the broader market as well. So
Okay, gotcha. That makes sense. Is there
yeah.
any projects right now that you are? I know you're mainly a
Mhm.
flipper and you're sitting nice, but
Right,
is there
right.
are there any projects that are on discount right now that you're like, kind of keeping an eye on?
Yeah, I mean,
Shamans.
no, not shamans, man. I was surprised. Like I thought that was super hyped, and then it flopped, and I'm like, man, I
Super
don't.
flopped.
Yeah, super flop. But
Oh, JJ, real quick, I forgot to tell you too. I did end up buying a Mi 6
let's
not long ago.
go.
Well, I got
Oh,
so fed up with their team in the Discord that
Oh
I ended up selling it for break even basically. Um,
no.
yeah, what's it even at right now?
Whoa, is this real? Point oh, they must have did the airdrop then. They must have dropped the tokens already. So
They probably
they
did.
were going to do a token drop and a pass drop,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
so a lot of the value is going to be transferred to those two things.
got
Um,
you.
but yeah, it was like up until like a couple hours ago, it was like 0.3, 0.31, 0.25,
Okay.
0.28. So not a big return on the 0.25, but I do think these will be good.
Yeah, man, I just got so fed up with the Discord because like everything they were doing was just like
Dude, it was sketchy, man.
it was
very
super
sketchy. Yeah.
sketchy.
I was like, what do you mean that 10 per wallet and you guys are like advertising it all everywhere and trying to get it to sell out and shit. I was like, man, this is sketchy as hell the way that they're doing it. And
Yeah,
you
it's
know,
their marketing team.
but I still think it's going to be good just because they're plugged into pretty much every server on Discord, right? So longer term play for sure. But yeah, sorry that happened, man. I know a lot of people that I told about it too that they were like, "No, I'm
Oh
not doing
no,
this."
I'm like you. I still think longer term is gonna be fine. Like specifically
Mhm,
like with the crypto and stuff. I just want to let you know I did jump in for a bit. I was even pretty plugged, like
mhm.
being active in the chats and stuff. And
Nice.
I just kind of got fed up with like lack of basically the mods didn't really know much, and then
Mhm.
the devs were never present. So
Yeah, bro.
all of their questions and everything like never got answered, and then they missed a lot of deadlines, and then they wouldn't even make announcements about it. It was just it kind of like had like built up frustration.
Mhm.
Um, it was definitely I think we talked about this. It's definitely Web 2 trying to like enter the Web 3 space with
Right, right.
no like real experienced people. So I actually sent a long message to them and was like, "Hey, you guys should have consulted Metaverse HQ." And then I threw like Nifty Portal in there, and I threw one more name in there, and maybe give
Not
them some.
our name.
I
He
didn't
didn't
know.
throw our name in there.
Well, I was talking about like specific like you know, and I was like, even throw them some passes that way they could advertise for you guys, and they get them free stuff and everything. But yeah, I don't think it ever made it past the mods.
Damn, yeah, that was a good idea because
I tried.
if not, the flippers in this space, like we know, are yeah, I think we know like the market pretty well. Like all of us that trade, we're plugged in. We see what works. We see what doesn't work. Probably miss more of the moonshots than most other people, but still know what makes a good project. So I think that's a good idea. And like you said, I think I think we're going to see a lot more of that, especially with Moonbirds, right? Like a lot of Web 2 companies entering the Web 3 space, and a lot with established teams that can show us how it's really done, right? Like, yeah, these guys with their Anon teams, doing their
Hmm.
their silly like 3-month-long roadmap with like one deliverable. Nah, I'm gonna show them how it's done, right? Like you're gonna see a lot more of that, I think, in this space. But yeah, like Bitcoin circling back, I'm looking at like the tier 2 collections, tier 1. So I'm looking at like, even though I know it's bad, I'm still looking at Cool Cats, right? Four and a.
I mean, we never said it was bad.
No, I mean bad.
It's down,
Yeah,
down
it
bad.
feels bad, right? Like that game sucks. Like
It
the team
does.
has been bad messaging. Yeah, man, it's
CEO
pretty
got
bad.
fired in a how long? Less than a
Oh,
month, right?
less than a month, man, and
Jeez.
just a lot of turmoil there. I think the IP is going to be good though, long term. So I'm looking
Long
at
term,
like
yeah.
I'm trying to see if it hits like 4. Trying to get an entry around
It's
4,
pretty close.
4.2. Yeah, Cyber Brokers I think is good for the long term. Trying to target like a 2.5 entry um, on that one. Yeah, I try not to talk about entries like just because then people will try to like front run you and whatever. But
Yeah.
I'm fine with this because I think it's going to be a slow bleed, right? Like just like a
Mhm.
slow bleed until things come back up. So yeah, 10 KTF. That floor was bugged before. Um, I'm looking at one to enter there. If it comes
So you're
down.
only looking at tier twos. You're not looking at anything upcoming, like
Oh,
something that's
I'm
gonna
looking
launch
at.
soon.
Yeah, I'll get into that, but I was just
Okay,
going
what's
through like
your?
what's existing right
Yeah,
now.
this is what I asked him
Mm.
earlier about
Yeah.
the like what
Oh,
what he's
okay.
what he's looking at that like
Mhm.
is approaching better entry points.
Yeah, three landers like 1.2. It got close to there, but I was just busy with Ape Land, so doing that stuff, so I kind of missed that. World of Woman Galaxy, I'm fading that one now. I still have a few bags in there, but I think
Mm.
BFF is just a better project right now. Um, and Disclosure, I got 2 of these, but I'm looking at like
BFF.
a point.
Let's see.
Yeah, I'm looking at like a point 0.6 entry on these. Um, so they just came out with their avatar project U, and that's like at a point 0.3 floor. I think these will eventually.
Yeah, I
Why
saw
are
this the
these
other
better
day.
than? Yeah, I've been seeing these, but why is what I'm my
Yeah,
question.
so I think that these are going to be a good competitor down the line and maybe overtake them because the heads of this project, it's 2 women, Britt Morin and Jamie Schmidt, and where is she? Jamie Schmidt is she's like a successful venture capitalist in the real world. Her and her husband, Chris Cantino, of Crypto
Mm.
Package. They both work on the project Crypto Package Goods. Um, right, and they're focused on bringing like actual
Oh,
utility.
this?
Yeah, and bringing their
Yeah,
network to
this
the
is out of
space.
here.
Yeah, dude. And Crypto Package Goods is like at a 30 floor or something. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
And so,
yeah.
yeah, they're husband and wife, and they work with each other. Like Jamie's worked on CPG, right, and Chris is working on has helped with BFF, I'm sure. And so, I'm sure down the line like that, it's like making a bet on that team, right? And I'm not saying
Okay.
North will be bad. I'm just saying that I think the money, like if it's close to equal, like I'd rather have like BFF rather than that.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
cool
Yeah,
pick.
that I had no clue about that. I didn't know they were connected like that.
Hmm.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, let me show you. I think it might say on Chris Cantino's page. He goes by Cantino.eth. Um, now let's see, color capital.
So do you not think it's a hindrance when even if a team is good if they're doing multiple projects at the same time?
I don't necessarily think so. Especially when they've had a track record for success, right? I think that
Hmm.
they have you know, or probably have the real life experience where they have the management structures in place in order to either delegate or themselves. I do have a problem with it when it's like a Web3 Anon team, right? And they have no history of success or very little, and then they're working on like 4 different projects, right? So
Hmm.
yeah, so just flashing back to here, like so yeah, they're husband and wife, and worked on the uh, they have their venture capital fund, Color Capital, and so yeah, that's why it's always important to like research into teams and stuff because That way you can see who's behind it, see what their success has been, and kind of like imagine that success or project that success into their projects going forward. So that's one of the ones. Cool Pets is getting to a buy point soon, man. 0.6. Man,
Point
we talked
six.
about the gutter. Yeah, Cool Pets going down to the gutter soon.
It is. I already hopped out of Cool Pets at like 1.3, so
Oh,
I'm
you
good.
you did good, man. You
Yeah,
didn't
but that
get
was
it.
a while ago. That was like a
Mhm.
month after they promised the game that never came. So yeah,
Yeah, you were smart, man. You're like, I'm out. Like, usually
yeah, I
that's a red
had to,
flag,
man.
right? Like we're all gamers here, right? You know, when they delay with no
Yeah.
explanation, that's usually like, oh, what's going on? You know, especially when they fail to launch. I mean, even the best games, like most hype, like Cyberpunk, man, like
Oh yeah.
they launched with bugs and then they had delayed for a long time. But you know, MFers, I'm looking at targeting like 1.5.
JJ, we don't have to we don't have to talk about this right now, but we interviewed Rodrigo, founder of Moonray, yesterday, and
Yeah.
you should. Have you seen that project yet?
Yes, I have. I'm a big fan.
It looks really cool.
Are you?
I figured you would like it. I actually didn't. Well, I actually didn't know you've heard about it yet, but I
Yeah.
imagined you would like it.
He's heard of everything. What are you talking about, Chris?
No,
Of course
no,
he's heard about it.
no. So that's actually one of the biggest alphas like I'll drop. And it's not. It's kind of like alpha, but it's like there's such a blind spot, right, in Polygon right now because there's no way to track it. And like you said, like I know of all these projects, but man, there's all these like random projects on Polygon that are just like mooning, right? But no one talks about it because you can't see it, and it's not
Hmm.
like popular on Twitter or whatever, right? So like a good example is like crypto unicorns. Like I have a bag in that, but someone put me on that like a month ago, or sorry, like a couple months ago, and like
Jeez,
yeah,
on Polygon
like almost 10K volume traded. You don't hear about it, right? Because
at all.
yeah, and like they had their land drop like for 0.03, right? And like the commons are going for 0.2, the rares are going for like 1.26, right? Like so, you know,
Mm.
if you just keep your ear to the ground, look for Polygon projects coming up that you think will be good games. Like I think there's good value to be made there. There was one yesterday that you know I just saw randomly, like these DeFi Genesis masks. It just they minted for 0.05 and it was a 3x, right? Like I didn't get to mint it, but I just saw it pop up on secondary, right? Like no one,
Mm.
like how do you find out about these? Like I
Yeah.
want to know who's got that alpha. Right? So if you figure it out, let me know because I'm chasing down these like Polygon ones. But
Well, I mean, Chris got the alpha on the Palm network.
oh, let's
I know
go,
the Palm chain. He got all the alpha on that one.
dude. How
Some
did
trash
those
ass chains.
how did those bat cows do? Like I
Uh, they're launching a secondary market like mid-May or late May, so I'm not really sure. Honestly, just bought one for the experience. I just watched the Batman a couple nights ago, and I loved it. So and
yeah, it
they're
was
gonna do.
good.
So they're gonna have like utility offered every 52 days, and like fan experience. I think they're doing a good job at mixing Web 2 and Web 3 because like they're actually taking people like Jim Lee and actors and producers of DC and Warner Brothers. And if you own a cow, you actually have that utility to like go into Discord spaces with them and ask
Dude.
questions and stuff. So I think I won't spend a long time on this, but they dropped the ball in the launch. So what they try to
Mhm.
do is for some whatever reason, I don't know who told them this is a good idea because one of their lead advisors actually has a lot of experience in crypto and NFTs, but they
Right,
did
right.
200,000 editions at $300 fiat. No way they're going to
What?
sell it. No way they're going to sell it.
Yikes.
No way.
What?
But what they ended up doing, which was more valuable to the holders, is they capped it. So like only like 11,000 were minted, and then they capped it at 11,000. So like most of the time in the NFT space, you're thinking, well, that's a red flag because
Right, right.
where's your capital? I actually went up on a space and asked that, and basically they gave me the guy who I asked works for Warner Brothers,
Mhm.
and he essentially just told me that like because of their IP, the brand or whatever, they didn't need that money to utilize or to complete the roadmap. Maybe
Mm.
they just wanted the money to pocket. Who knows? But according to him, it's still going to be the same roadmap, same value, probably even more value now because there's less. You will be able to take these off of Palm. I actually don't know much about Palm at all. I just thought these were really cool. But you
Do
will be able
you?
to. You
Oh,
will
I
be
thought
able.
you did. You told me you was gonna tattoo a palm on
Yeah,
your
yeah, that's
left
what
cheek.
I said. So yeah, I don't know. I think it's a very different, for the space. But I think it's gonna be cool, and I'm glad I got one.
Yeah, man, that's awesome. I think with those kind of things, I think the IP like carries it, and just like what I was saying with cool cats, right? It kind of doesn't matter too much, like about the FUD or whatever, so long as they can execute, right? Like I think that there's like a high ceiling. Like the risk is kind of asymmetric, right? Like the downside is much lower than the upside, right? So
Yeah, for sure.
yeah.
What one last thing I'll say on it that I thought was pretty cool is so you're getting airdropped a district based on the last digit of your mint. So like
Oh,
mine
cool.
was digit. My last digit was 3, so I'm in Chinatown. There's 9 different districts, and basically the Discord is going to be working together to use their cows to actually create a story that's going to be in an actual DC comic. So like our
Dude.
cows, yeah, it's gonna be really cool. So like I might be able to see my like cow like in an actual DC comic, whether that's digital,
Word.
physical, or whatever. I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
You're able to give your input on the storyline, and stuff like that.
Yeah, you might have just sold me on one, just because.
Did he?
Just because I'm a huge nerd too. I like the Batman and like the movie, so I mean, just for the sake of having it,
Yeah, that's why I
utility.
bought one. If I thought it was a good flip, I'd have bought 10. Or I'd have bought more, but I was just kind of like, you know what, I want the experience. Every
Yeah,
52
yeah,
days, new utility. Yeah, I'm a nerd when it comes to that type of stuff too. So
Yes, he is.
yeah.
Yes, you are, man.
I
I have
love
to
it.
sit here and listen like I care that much. Nah, I'm joking. I just don't like Batman. But
Yeah, I'm more of a
with
Marvel
that, if
guy,
it's
but I feel it. I respect Batman.
I'm more of a Marvel
I
guy too.
respect him. I just think he's like he's just not a superhero. That's
If,
all.
if that was a if
He's
this
just
was a
it's a man.
if this was a Moon Knight drop, I would have bought 5.
Oh, 100, man.
Yeah, by each of those personalities.
Yeah. Oh my God. Oh, that show is great. But yeah, getting back to Moonray, like yeah, I like it. There's some question marks I had, like about the
Please
project.
ask.
Yeah,
What
no,
question marks do you have?
I had asked them, and like they were saying like it's like there's like a flow system in their game. Like each character has
Oh,
like their magic
okay.
is like flow. But I was
Yeah, with
asking
the
them like,
melt everything around them.
mhm.
Yeah, he mentioned that.
And I was asking him like in the PvP kind of play, right? Because a lot of us, we like to compete, we like to
Mhm.
fuck each other up. Come on, like we want to dunk on someone, right? And so
You
I
already
was
know.
I was like, so how does that work with like the flow, right? Because you're changing your environment around you. Like what happens if you have two active at the same time, right? Like yours and another player. And so what he had said was at the time that I had asked him that, which was a couple months ago, he's like they don't currently have that solved right now, so only one person can have theirs active. And I'm like, well, that's not really much of PvP then, right? Because it's unbalanced if one person can use theirs and then the others can't. But you said that's something they're going to look at down the line, right? So first they're going to focus on like their PVE aspect, like their RPG one, and then they're going
Mhm.
to go into the PvP in like season 2 or something. So I'll give them that, some development time, but something they got to figure out, right? Because hey, if my guy's using his magic, I want to be using my magic too. It's got to be a fair fight.
Yeah,
Do you
yeah.
plan on minting the beta access?
Yeah. So the previous one, the Moonray pre-sale pass, I think it was, did really well, and I'm just basing, like it was at point 0.3 for a long time, pretty much like a stable coin, right? Like it minted point 0.1 and hasn't
Mhm.
gotten close to that since. So I think there's enough hype around it that I'll just mint one and then see what happens, right? Um, it won't be much of a loss if there is, and I think the upside's pretty big because the game looks pretty sick, right? Like
Yeah, it does look sick.
compared to these like Wolf games and other bullshit we see on the market, right?
Yeah, yeah, it's a lot of bullshit in the market, man. The market is just full of it. Like you stake and your own stake and it's split or earn.
And
Yeah, there
Problem
you go.
solved.
Rodrigo also, I like how Rodrigo focused on like wanting this to be an esports type game too. I
Hmm.
thought that was really, as you said, some of us are competitive. So not only do you get this like, play to earn aspect and have fun with it, but like adding the competitive attribute to it as well. I'm really excited about that.
Yeah, and for me, I'm super excited about that too because I used to. I don't as much these days, but I want to get back into it. Like I used to watch Twitch all the time for like tournaments and stuff. Um, but like I think that's kind of where the sustainability comes in. I know it's tough to get an esports team going off in any game, but if you can, right, like that's where like the money's coming in, like sponsors and whatnot. You can subsidize your game that way, because a lot of these play to earns, right? Like it, low key a Ponzi, right? And so, in order to get that
Yeah,
going, you
High
need
key.
enough. Yeah, high key Ponzi, right? So you got to get enough cash flow in order to sustain it. I think so.
are we going to create the
Yeah.
first blockchain esports team?
Yo, let's do it. Ninja alerts.
I don't think I don't think there's one yet. Just like strictly blockchain games, but esports.
Yeah, I mean, we got
That's a good idea.
Experience
Yeah, I never thought about
announced,
it.
right? Like Trevor was like doing that kind of stuff. I think back
Yeah,
in the
he
day.
was in esports. Yes.
And I think the people from Moonray were in esports as well. So um, I think Trevor had mentioned Vainglory to me back in the day, and I think it's like some of that same team is on this one. So um, don't quote me on that. I gotta recheck my facts. Maybe I misheard over some morning drinks or something. So
Some celebration drinks.
yeah.
You still gotta celebrate. Hold on, another air horn for you, man.
Whoa.
Yeah, another air horn. Still gotta celebrate that big win you just had, man. I'm so
Yeah,
glad
man.
you won on that, man.
Appreciate
Because
you,
I,
man.
because most people I know they were complaining about, a lot of people got wrecked. I'll be
Yeah, dude.
honest with you.
Yeah.
A lot of people got wrecked and they were complaining, but I'm very happy to see somebody that won, like through and through. You minted and you sniped something super rare. Like you did both.
I know,
And
man.
he tried to
Bless.
help people in the process. And afterwards, he's not like bashing people who got wrecked. He's like, yeah, Yuga messed up on the drop. It's like completely ethical and moral and one big. Like I respect that like big time.
Yeah, I appreciate
Yeah.
that, man. Yeah, like I can't even understand it when like the ape holders are bashing others. Like not all ape holders, but certain
Yeah, they do that a
vocal
lot.
minority. Yeah, it's like what you should have known to have two ape. Man, my grandpa who like I'm not saying mine, but I know some people KYC like their mother, their father, their grandpa, like saying like this is the easiest money.
Hmm.
Their grandpa ain't gonna know to use like 2 ETH worth of gas. I think most of us, you know, didn't know. I only figured it out like day of, right? Like it was not obvious to a lot of people, and so yeah, can't get behind that. But I just been grinding a long time. Haven't had I had a couple big wins, but like
This
these
is
are
your
my
biggest?
my two biggest wins back to back, and
Nice,
you
nice.
know,
Hold on. You saying too much. You saying too much. You got a round of applause, man.
thank you, man. Thank you.
Maybe one day me and Chris could be like you, man,
Hell
hitting
yeah,
big
brother.
wins like this.
Yo, that's what I always tell people in MBHQ, man. Like, when other people's big hits happen, like I've seen so many others big hits, and initially like you get, it's all right, it's normal, it's human nature to get like heated, like oh I wish that was me, and I used to get that way, but I learned like you got to celebrate each other's success, right? And because like
Hmm.
it just wasn't meant to be your time yet, right? And as long as you just keep going, you know, breaking even is winning in the space. Like as long as you break even or slightly win, eventually your time will come, right? Like
Yes.
everyone has that chance to hit that big rare, like the one of one and whatever on a mint. So just got to keep going, and so got to be happy for others, and then when your turn comes, and they'll be happy for you. So that's what I try
No, they
to
won't.
preach over there.
They won't be happy for you.
Yeah,
They'll act like they're happy, but they won't be happy for you,
I'm
man.
happy for you, JJ.
No,
I appreciate
we're
it.
You
genuinely
deserve
happy
it.
for you, JJ. Yeah, you definitely do.
Thank
I didn't
you.
think this was your biggest win, because I thought you might have had bigger 100 ETH
No,
sales
no,
in the past or
I'm a
something, but
I'm a grinder, bro. Like I grind those like point ones, those point twos.
ah,
Just
okay.
stack them up. A couple of like eight hits here and there. But my biggest to this point was like a Zuki, like flipped one for 18, and then before that was Galactic Apes, where I had like a rare one for 15. So like
Mm.
yeah,
Okay, you just started building up. You started going up. Now you're hitting 100 now. Yeah,
Man,
100 ETH man. Hold on, man. That's still that's
appreciate that.
still a big round of applause on that one, man. Because that's very good. That's very good. 100 ETH. Nice.
Thank you,
Could have been
thank you.
230 though, but still.
Yeah, if I that's the thing, right? Like,
I'm joking.
no, no. I mean, you got to make the best decision with the
Yeah.
info you have, and that guy just had way better info than me. You know, that one that got it off
Mm.
me. He probably was like, a friend of a friend told him that he was about to buy that back.
Yeah, yeah, and just taxed them on top of
Yeah, he's
that.
like, "Oh shit, for real? I'm gonna jack it up. Here's the premium."
Yeah, we want to ask you about ENS. We noticed you hopped in and hopped out of that little fad.
Mhm.
Are you getting back into that, or you just think the fad is gonna die out soon?
He sold one
So
today.
yeah, I sold one today for 1.2. It was a
Oh,
three digit.
1.2, nice.
Oh shit! Look, see, I think it's both a fad, like a fad in the short term, like the next couple of months. Like I think
Mm-hmm.
it'll die down a bit, it'll fluctuate, but long term, I think it's a solid thing. Like this
Yeah, me
guy,
too.
um, changed it to an ape, and I'm guessing he knows, maybe he knows someone who really wants that ENS for their specific ape, right? I think it's a good
Mm-hmm.
idea. I think it's valid. If y'all were back playing back Steam back in the day, where people had a certain number of digits for their ID, like people were selling 5 digit accounts for like thousands of dollars, right? So, but that
Mm.
was over like a couple years time, right? So I think these are like a long term play, like 3 years, 5 years. These things will probably be worth a lot if the space is still around. Um, but in the short to medium term, like I see it in that like zero point 0.5 to 2 ETH range, I'd say. Um, just because, like, I didn't know this, but you could change the picture attached to your
Yeah,
ENS. So,
yeah, you could. I just learned that recently too. That you could put any image you want in the back.
yeah.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, so look, this guy's buying a bunch of them, changing them to the ape for the ape numbers, right? Trying to tax
Yeah,
people on that. I,
you already know.
I
You
can
know
see
what's
it
going on.
happening. I mean, if that guy bought his land back for 232 just because it was his, and he wanted that inner land back, like I can see that happening. you know. But that's
Yeah.
playing for that. Like that market is not big right now. It's probably like a
Not
couple
at all.
buyers. Yeah, but
Yeah.
down the line, it's probably going to be a big market.
Yeah, I feel so too. I was waiting for it to like I want people to forget about it, you know? I want it to like all the way
Yeah,
die so I could go accumulate a few. But I might just have to it just keeps going up. Every time I say it, it just goes up and up and up and up. But wait, you say you sold a 3 digit for 1.2?
no, 4 digit.
Or three, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
those
three
those are
digits are
pretty
crazy, crazy high, like 10 ETH, I think, or close to it. But yeah,
mm,
man, kind of looking back at this now, I'm like, man, maybe I should buy back in again because for the long term, like I think that's a good bet. I mean,
yeah,
um,
long term, but it is gonna have to dip some
it's
point.
probably gonna
Somebody's
dip.
gonna have to, yeah. Somebody
There's just too
has to,
many. It's
yeah,
10,000. So, yeah, for the three
yeah,
digits, 1,000 or there's less than 1,000 of them. I think. I don't remember if they let you use zeros in front or not. I think they do, but yeah, those much smaller supply. Like I have more faith in the 3 digits than the 4 digits, right? And then more faith in the
yeah.
4 digits than five.
Then the
So
five. What about the six?
shit,
Six
that's
are on
that's
their
too
way now, man.
that's too many numbers.
Yeah, but the fives are about to sell out now. Like
Yeah,
I think they were like 60 or 70% sold out last time I checked.
yeah.
So
I think
people are moving into those.
those I think will be okay, like zero point zero 0.05 or so, in that range. Um, but yeah, 4 digits, 3 digits, and I think there was like 3 letters, like a
Yeah,
couple
yeah,
of
those are
days
sold
ago.
out.
I
Three
saw
letters sold out.
bro, I saw ABC.E sold for like 90.
Yeah,
Goodness, was it
yeah.
ABC? Was it ABC? I might be bugging. Let me see. It's on the ENS bot page. ENS sales bot.
So what do you think Chris Coffee could get for Chris Coffee that eat?
Ooh, he's got to build that brand up, and he's grinding. But in a year or two, man, oof, 20,
2
20, 30
years.
ETH, bro.
Oh, you got a
Y-
20
y-
ETH bet on me?
Oh, there you said 20. I thought you was gonna say point 20.
Oh man,
I'll sell it to Gutter next year for 20.
when Chris Coffey's playing pro Illuvium, because
Yeah,
he's on the
yeah,
team, he's on SKT, right? People are gonna want that
Oh,
EMS,
for sure.
yeah, yeah, we that is really a good idea. The blockchain esports league. That's a great idea. We should look into that. Really,
Yeah,
blockchain
man.
esports league.
We can
That's
start it.
because blockchain games are on the come up now. Although the when we talked to Rodrigo yesterday, right? It is Rodrigo, right? Or Frederico.
There's two of them, yeah. There's two of them, I think. There's
Okay.
Rodrigo, and then there's Diego,
Okay,
and
Rodrigo's. We
yeah,
spoke to him, and he was saying he wants the blockchain to just be invisible. Like you don't know what servers or anything the regular games are now. So in the
right,
future, he just wants it to be the game, not generally, a blockchain game. Just because
just the
you're not
game,
gonna be able to tell that it's on the blockchain at all.
exactly. And that's the point. A lot of these games are missing. I think, like, well, maybe that's their goal, right? To be like the Ponzi, but like the
The policy.
good games are gonna focus on the gameplay, right, and the story, right?
Yeah.
Like if you think about an MMO like World of Warcraft, like what Final Fantasy, what draws people, it's like the story, right? Like the rich lore of the world. And I was asking him about lore, and he's like, "There's going to be a comic with it too," and so that makes me more bullish when they're trying to build a world too, because like,
Yeah, they
it's
already have
cool.
the comic on the website, actually.
There you go.
Part of it,
There you
anyways.
go. Yeah, it's like it's cool to build these games, but if they have no story, like what's the point of playing? Unless you're bashing people,
Yeah.
then that's fine too. Like that
Yeah.
stuff's fun. Um, but yeah, no, I agree. Like blockchain gaming, I think is esports. It's just gonna happen some point. I don't know if it's this year, next year, 2 years from now, but it's gonna happen. We still need the first AAA game uh, played big
Yes.
time. You know, uh, Played big
How is
time.
that? I'm on
Good,
the Ruby list, so I gotta wait.
dude. Dude, I burned a gold pass. That was not not worth it, bro.
Oh, really?
Not worth it. Yeah, I should have sold that shit, but it's a good game though. I mean, I think it's good. Is it $3,000 good? No, no, I don't think so. But is it Ruby Pass good? Hell yeah, I think so. Like a couple hundred
Ruby.
bucks
Okay.
maybe. Yeah, it's got it's
Okay.
got a lot of work it needs to do, but it's got a good bare bones. The game is fun. Like it's fun to play it. Um, the
Is
the
that do you earn from playing it or not
Yeah,
yet?
yeah, you get NFT drops, which you can sell on the secondary market. Like you get spaces, you get skins, like exclusive skins right
Oh,
now,
okay.
which will probably be worth a lot down the line. But man, right now I don't got the time to grind that. You got to find
Yeah.
some scholars to play for me.
Yeah, even the crypto readers got harder as well,
Ooh,
man.
it's
They
like I
it
can't
takes a
keep up.
while to play that now.
I actually hired someone to play for me now.
Oh, oh, that's what you did?
Yeah, dude.
Oh man, yeah, I might have to do that because it's not as easy as it used to be. You just
Oh,
click, 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 and it's over. Now you
it takes
gotta. It
time,
took.
man. It takes like 5 minutes a raid now, and you got to do seven per
Yeah,
raider. Bro, it's too much.
yeah, yeah. Got a little thick, and I mean, it'll be worth it once you
Yeah,
can start
exactly.
earning Raider from
Yeah.
fighting them. But right now, I don't know, man. It's kind of I'm sluggish now. Like I was consistently playing. Now the updates, I can't. Like
Yeah, bro.
it takes a few hours just to do a few. Like
That's
it's I
why
can't no more.
I pay someone to do it for me because you can sell the items from the stronger raids for Aurum
Mm.
back. That's one of the currencies, and he charges one Aurum per raid. So like, yeah, I'm actually making more.
Really?
Yeah, yeah, I'm
You
making
charge
more by
one Aurum parade?
yeah per raid, bro. But in the
Oh
Philippines,
shit!
like that's like a good salary. They play a lot of them in a day. They just need the workload, and yeah, it's been good. It's been good. I don't have to do it. I
Oh,
don't have to worry about. Only got
okay.
to
I
send
got.
them on quests and stuff, and that takes a lot of time too. So,
Okay, I have to look into getting somebody else to click those buttons for me, man.
Hell
Cause
yeah.
I can't, I just can't. I'm still very bullish on the game though. Long
Hmm.
term,
Me
it's
too.
like the team is still A1, but just the time factor of playing these, it's
Yeah.
not,
You're missing your
not.
trades, you know. Look at
Yeah,
that
right,
OpenSea, NFT
right.
mints. Yeah.
I So before you go though, we need some alpha, man. We need some alpha
Hell
from
yeah.
MVSQ, from all the alpha groups you're part of. Like we need something. What could we expect coming up? Like what should we try to grind for?
Yeah, to grind for let me check my list real quick. Really
Like something you know is gonna cook like right off the
really
bat.
the big things are this week, right? I mean, you got the Dutch
Mm.
auction today for PXN, 2 ETH
PXN, yep.
starting price. It's going to be a gas war, right? Right off the rip.
Mm.
Um,
So you think it's gonna sell out right off the top?
I think so, man. Just too much hype around it. People paid like an ETH plus to get on the whitelist,
Ah,
right?
damn.
Um,
Okay, it's gone.
through like the whitelist marketplaces, like from Habibis, like Gajira, all that stuff. I think you should look at tier 2 projects, tier 1s for dips, right? Like Gajira is a good one.
Mm.
Llamaverse, Llamascape. I think that's going to be good. A good cheap one. That's like
Mm.
Llama. NFT Llama is like a in-game like Minecraft thing, kind of like Critters, except you're playing for whitelist. So I think that's going to be
Mm.
a cool project. You know, Black Paris is Friday, I think. Mind
Yeah,
Blowing is this week. There's just so many, you know. Um,
yeah.
but off of under the radar stuff, I don't see a lot of it. It's mostly just getting whitelist right now. Tools, right? We're in a tool slash pass meta.
Yeah.
So I would focus on getting those cheap and then flipping them like something token was, 0.069 mint. I was asleep, but it ran all the way up to like point
Finally
seven.
slept.
Yeah, slept for a bit. Looks
Yeah.
rare. I don't know if you guys do this, but man, if you're not listing on here, you're just leaving money on the table, right? Like
Mm.
I check this like religiously. Like the top 25 collections, they
Mhm.
change throughout the day, and you get points, right? You get points every 10 minutes for listing, and bro, like
Really?
yeah, like I only have like what, 4 listings that qualify, and I'm getting like 30 looks for today. Like it's been a solid like
Nice.
50 to 100 bucks a day just for listing, right? And so you
Dang,
list
that's
like
crazy. I have
yeah,
no
Yeah.
experience. I know Gutter does. I have no experience with Looks Rare. How much does it cost? Like OpenSea, it's like a gas transaction to like unlist. Does that
yeah,
justify like does the Looks tokens you're receiving justify the gas to list and unlist, or is it different on
yeah,
Looks Rare?
yeah. So it's the same thing. You gotta pay to delist, but they have this button that cancels all your listings, right? And it's only one gas transaction. So like,
Mm.
if the floor is moving up, you want to like delist, you
Okay,
just
yeah,
cancel everything instead of going one by one, paying like $10 here, $10 there. It's just like $10 one time
dude,
or
yeah, that's
whatever.
awesome.
Yeah,
That's I'm gonna do that like today.
you should. I mean, don't list your rares, right? Because it has to be within 1.5 times the floor. And
Mhm.
so like if you list a rare, it's not going to be worth it. But like for example, like I have an Azuki that I have listed, right? Just like for higher than floor, and if it sells, I'm happy. But if it doesn't sell, like I'm getting tokens just for having it listed, right? And
Mm.
like if you have
Heck
other
yeah.
deeds, like I wouldn't want to take a loss, but if you don't think it's gonna sell, then list it at what 4.8 right now, and then you just earn a shit ton of tokens, right? For just for having it listed. Uh,
So you have it has to be 1.5 on top of the
mhm.
floor.
It has to be within 1.5. So like if you have it at floor, like you'll
Oh,
still
okay.
earn for
I
every
see. So they don't want people to just list it at 100 and just leave it there.
exactly.
I see.
That's fair.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
So
fair.
that
like
makes sense.
those something tokens, like if you had them,
How do
if
you
you
feel
mint
about
it,
that one?
I don't like it, man.
You
I get
know? Okay.
yeah, like you know, just coming from like before this, I did a little bit of like eBay stuff and like flipping on there and like the StockX. Like I just can't see it not being like tampered with. Like it's a lot. it's not fully trustless, right? Like when you mint something, like you know where it came from. But with these, when you're putting the tag on it, like you still got to trust like PSA or these I want to call them like market makers, right? Like, they make the market there. The certifiers, right? You gotta put a lot of trust on them and trust that there's no tampering. So I don't like it, but
So are you talking about the Americana store?
yeah, like the NFT tags, that go on to like the products. I think something like this will be good. I don't think that this is it. Like whatever the next two or three down the line will probably be. They just got to solve like a lot of things. I don't think the market's ready for that yet, but it's a good idea.
Mm.
I have a noob question, kind of two questions built in. Sorry, I know we're going long.
No problem.
I I have been involved with a lot of like L2s and a lot of like other like systems.
Rugs,
No,
scams,
no.
trash.
I make good money.
What
I make good money
else?
on a lot of those.
Let's go.
But I've never used anything really other than OpenSea. So super noob question: can it be listed
Mhm.
on OpenSea and looks rare, or do I have to delist on
Yep.
OpenSea to list on? Okay,
It
thank
can
you.
be listed on all these platforms. You just got to remember, if you want to delist it, you got to delist it from all of them, right? Otherwise, like if you leave it up on OpenSea and like you delist it from LooksRare, it could still sell on there,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So a lot of people, when LooksRare first came out, they left their listings up and they canceled on OpenSea, and then they got sniped on LooksRare.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah.
yep. Same
Yeah.
I can
thing for
see that
like
happening.
Rarible, X2Y2, right? The great thing with X2Y2 is like it's almost always feeless. Like sorry, X2Y2.
To just kind of be on top of it if you're trying to earn those looks tokens. That way you're not like leaving it, the floor rockets, and you kind of forget that you're had it on there.
Right, right. And so um right now X2 has like a 0.5% trading fee, which is a lot less than the others. And then a lot of projects forget to set their royalties on here, right? So like let's look at Bored Apes. Wait, you know, you can tell if you go to an NFT and then you go to info, you see like the creator fee is not set. So if you sell it on X2Y2, you don't get the creator royalties. You only get this 0.5% royalty. So
Oh,
like what a lot of people
nice.
were doing with the other deeds was like they were just selling them on here, right? Like
Yeah,
7.5% royalty on OpenSea was last month. It was 0%. So they were getting like 0% royalty. So you
Yeah, that's
know
very smart.
yeah.
Like
Wow,
I
I
didn't
got a
think
lot.
about that. Like I know people don't use X2Y2. That's why I don't instantly think just go there to either list or buy. But if the it's also being ignored by the project creators,
Mhm. Yeah, that's
then that's a
opportunity, right?
yeah. Yes, it is.
And that's
Yeah, I'm a li-
oh, sorry about that. But
no. I was
yeah.
just saying I was gonna look into that.
Mhm. And like what Chris is saying, like there's opportunities on other chains, all these L2s, and that's kind of where like my blind spot is, because like my focus is on like OpenSea and Polygon. Like Solana, there's a lot of cooks on there. There's a lot of rugs too, but there's a lot of
Yeah.
there's
There's,
a lot of rugs.
I think
Just
there's a Ripper today. At least it was
mhm.
hyped. I don't remember the name of it on Solana. I actually don't trade on Solana, but in
Hmm.
one of the groups I was in was talking about a pretty good project today. Let me see
Yeah,
if I can find it.
I'll try to do some digging. But like it's the same thing with like the Polygon stuff, right? Like there's just not enough visibility on it, so less people know about it. So by result, like there's more opportunity for you when other people start to hear about it, right? Um,
Hmm.
like on Solana, like Magic Eden, I think is their main marketplace. Like I can't tell you how many of these I dismissed. Like I had whitelist for this one. Cats on crack. They look like garbage, bro. They look like knockoff gutter
Is
cats.
that
I
hey,
just
that's Gutter Cat game, huh?
Don't do this. We can't do this to the can't
it
do this to the
was
gutter cats, man.
dude. It was like
These cats are strung out, man.
it was like a 2 soul mint. I had whitelist, but I was in the Discord. I'm like, man, these look like shit. I left,
Trash,
bro.
basura.
Yeah, left money on the table, right?
Gang gang.
Like shit.
He said gang gang.
Gang, gang. It's like a 62
Yeah.
soul floor, man.
Yeah,
And
these
then
cats are strung out, man.
There's this one. This one.
Yeah, stepping. I'm trying to get codes to this so I
I'm
could.
heavy and I'm heavy into this now. Like I'm walking more, so
You walking?
yeah. I'm justifying it that way. Like, hey, if these go to zero, at least my health is a little better. You know?
Okay,
Right.
I've been seeing
Right.
these on Twitter. I hike like 4 times a week. So
Mhm.
like, is it?
Oh,
I feel like I missed the boat though.
Yes.
Like, is it still worth it to get into it now? I feel like I'm gonna buy it and then they're gonna be worth
I'm trying to
nothing.
get into it right now, so
yeah. I
it's
think right
not.
now is
It's
a
not
good
too late.
time. The token dipped a bit recently. They keep changing the tokenomics to target like a $1,000 per sneaker entry. Um, yeah, like one sneaker gets you 2 energy, which is like 10 minutes of walking time a day. But the more sneakers you have, yeah, see, step in Ponzi. Yeah, all these things, man. So all these things are Ponzi's, but like if
You're
you
just
get
hoping
early enough,
you're not
yeah,
buying the highest part of the Ponzi.
that's right.
Welcome to NFTs.
And I justify it again, like, hey, if it is, and if I'm the exit liquidity, at least my health is a little bit better from the exit.
Yeah.
So there's that extra bonus on top. But I think something like this could catch a lot of traction just because it's like move to earn, and then like NFTs for like the betterment of like if everyone's walking, like it's betterment of society that way. But
Yeah.
you know they got to come down in price though. Like $1,000 is
Yeah.
still a lot for a virtual shoe. You do earn a lot a
So
day, but yeah.
how do they
Yeah.
know?
I
Like,
see
do you
people
have?
make like some good money every day though,
Mhm.
like 100 plus a day just
Yeah,
walking.
Do you have to connect it like to your phone MetaMask? Like, how do they know you walk that every day?
It's
yeah. So
so
it's
phone app.
yeah, it's either
I
Soul
can't carry
or
my laptop.
yeah, yeah. It's a
Oh
phone
God.
app that links to your Soul wallet or your Binance wallet, and so
Okay. Okay. Cool.
yeah,
Yeah, it's
and
something I've been looking at for a while, but again, I just feel like I missed the boat, so I just kind of been
Mhm.
watching everybody else enjoy their gains by walking.
Yeah, and I
Nah.
think if you buy like a floor sneaker, it's like a 30 to 35 day return, like
Okay.
to earn enough tokens to get your money back. So you could kind of take a chance there. It's going to fluctuate with the token price, right? Some days it'll be more, some days it'll be less. Um, but that's probably the safest way to do it, I'd say. Just buying a floor sneaker, getting your money back as fast as possible, and then you have an NFT still,
Yeah,
right? You can sell that
Yeah.
NFT.
I'll be eyeing it, but I will see. Like I said,
Yeah.
I walk a lot, so
Yeah,
Yeah, but me, I've been trying to get codes. Like they post the codes on Discord and it gets snapped up like instantly.
immediately. Yeah, I
Before you
got
even
mine
paste, it's
there.
gone. Oh, you got yours over there?
Yeah, it took me like 5 tries, but it's like eventually you'll get one because they post. A lot of people post, and so um, you just got to be patient and watching it like get ready on your phone, and eventually you get one. But yeah, I think it's one of the better projects out there. But like all these side chains, like Clayton and all these L2s like Immutable, Arbitrum, like there's Avalanche, whatever. There's so many things going on. Like it's impossible to keep track of all of them. So
I
you
bought my
know,
first Avalanche NFT this week.
oh
Of
shit,
course he did. Yeah. Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
What
man.
else did you
And
buy?
yeah.
guess what? Guess what? It's a game.
Hey, let's go. What was
Yeah,
it?
Gods of Asgard.
That's
So,
Asgard.
so
I
that's the
got you.
game that is going to be the Thor token. Is going to be like they're involved with the game, so you'll be able to earn the Asgard token, and you'll be able to earn, I think, maybe convert it to Thor, or earn Thor from it. But I'm involved with Thor as well, so like I kind of
Mhm.
have an AVAX printer.
Oh,
So
nice.
yeah, pretty cool. And as you see, I mean, the floor price is still over mint price. I'm not too sure. I haven't really been keeping up heavily with it. I
Mhm.
minted my Heimdall. It is going to have I actually minted two, but I did flip one. It's going to have a breeding mechanic to where you can like take two and then possibly get one that's like more rare. But there's also a sacrifice mechanic. That way it
Oh,
has like some type of sustainability.
yeah, this
So
is dope.
yeah,
I
you
gotta
should
look
actually look.
into it.
You
Yeah.
should look at the game itself. Like the only like red flag I have is that like they haven't been working on it for that long. Like it's only
Mhm.
been like 6 months, I think. But besides that, they actually have a pretty solid team behind it, and like the game looks really clean. So like you just like look at God's Asgard later, like on Twitter or whatever. It looks really nice. So we'll see how it goes.
Is it playable?
It's not out yet, no. It's going to be out. I think
Um,
the beta is supposed to be released this month.
Yeah,
So
it looks better than that other one. What's the one on Polygon right now? Red Village. Like that one. I know that one's hype, but it looks like shit to me, man.
pull it up. I heard it, but I haven't looked into it. I just saw the title. I never
Yeah,
looked into it
I
like
mean,
that.
it's been a printer. Like if you were early, like just they
Mm.
give you a lot of airdrops, but like Red Village, you can play. Like it looks like it's like a fight simulator, kind of like Zen Run, but with fighters. Like it looks like trash, bro.
Yeah, make it full
Oh,
screen on that real quick.
there you go. Can you see that?
yeah, I can
Yeah,
see
Yeah, like it's like chicken. I'd rather watch chickens fight, man. Like oh shit, oh
it.
shit. Look at that. Like
yeah.
they're going back and forth. This is like yeah, he turned into a bear.
He's a
Yeah,
bear.
that was kind of exciting, I guess. But man,
Got an okay bear in there.
Oh
yeah,
damn! All those people are watching it,
yeah,
excited and shit. Oh, what's
They
going
gotta
on
be.
with our Ponzi, man?
yeah. I mean, yeah, it doesn't look good, but at least they got something. You know, most places they don't have
Right,
anything. Yeah, so
right. Just a like a trailer is what
mhm.
most most other spots have, and we give them a lot of money for it. So
Oh, for real.
at least this is playable. So Chris got given us our time limit with his camera. When his camera goes off, you already know what time it is.
It's like the lights in the comedy club. Like tell you to finish your
Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
set.
yes.
I have it set
It's,
for us.
it's time to
But
go.
there's been a ton of information though, JJ. Thank you so much for talking about your
But
trades last
wait,
week.
hold on. I do need. Have you heard about the Big Three, the
Yes,
basketball
yes.
team?
Ice Cube
What? How do
and
you? Yeah. How do you feel about the ownership they're trying to drop with NFTs?
man, so I'm trying to get whitelist for that. Like, you know, my motto is just like get whitelist first, ask questions later. Um,
Mm.
you know, I just think Ice Cube, savvy businessman, and you know, it seems like I listened to an AMA with him. It seems like he's actually like
He
interested
knows
in
what he's
NFTs,
doing,
knows
like
what
in
he's doing.
NFTs.
So
Okay.
you know, there's risk there, of course. Like, but I think that's going to be a good one. I mean, I don't watch the big three, admittedly, but I hear people that like
Yeah.
it. So, you know, the 4 point shot and whatnot. So,
Yeah, yeah. It's I watched a little bit of it. I haven't. I don't watch it like I watch NBA, of course, but it is
yeah,
kind of
same.
it's popular. Like it's well, it's not like an underground thing that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
It's the big three. You have ownership in the big three. So
Mhm.
how that'll work out? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Is it worth 5,000 for the like the gold
Right,
pass? Right.
right. So I'm gonna do some research, do more research on it. I'll probably talk to you about it offline, but definitely something I'm looking at. Like it's on my radar, trying to get whitelist for, and yeah, when a big name comes in with like big money and big team, and they can execute, like I get excited, right? Like that's you
Mm.
know the potential is there, is what I'll say. Yeah.
Okay. All right, cool. Yeah, I was watching that too, so I just thought I'd ask you because you're the big winner out here, man. Hold up, hold up,
Appreciate
hold
that.
up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. Big winner.
Appreciate
I
you.
wish I. We appreciate you. Thank you for coming on the show, man. Uh,
Anytime, man. I love this place. Y'all are a vibe. You know, met you in LA and it was dope.
yeah, that was pretty cool, man.
Yeah,
I'm glad
hope
to
you.
meet you in LA.
Yeah, it's been fun. Hopefully, we'll see each other more. Um, maybe NYC, maybe something else.
Yes,
We'll see.
I'll be in NYC most
Let's go.
definitely.
Let's go.
Hell yeah. Chris, what's up? You still around?
He's
Nah, dude, I'm
done.
just lurking. I wish that this thing had like reactions like Twitter did or like Twitter spaces, you know,
Uh,
I could be giving you like the thumbs up or the heart or something. But yeah, I'm just chilling, bro.
yeah, so we're gonna wrap it up then.
Yeah, for sure. Of course, JJ, thank you for being here. Always just constantly learning from you. So thank you for taking time, not only once, but twice to like be with us. Really appreciate that. Congrats on your huge win. Like, I hope that's life changing for you and your people that you're close to. So that's awesome, man. Congrats again. Viewers, thank you for being here and on Twitter and on YouTube. JJ, anything else?
No, man. Thanks for being here. Thanks for having me on the show. Love chatting with you guys. Yeah, you guys just keep crushing it with the show, and I saw you guys had a lot of people, especially that I knew lately, on here. So sharing that alpha with everyone, and I love it. And
Hmm.
y'all just keep doing what y'all doing, and I'll be a fan.
Thank you, JJ.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
As always,
Round of
shout out to
applause.
Metaverse. Yeah, man. Shout out to Metaverse HQ for being on the show. Really appreciate you guys. Constantly learning from you guys. Shout out to Ninjalerts for putting on the show. Wasn't for Ninjalerts, we wouldn't be able to be here. Of course, Ninjalerts, as you'll see in the outro, is an NFT you buy that gives you a membership to where you can track influencers as well as smart wallets. You can see intelligent people like JJ what they buy and mint and sell as soon as they do it, and be the first to know. Get a notification to your smartphone. So be sure to look into Ninjalerts, and if you get it, join the Discord and download the app. And we will see you guys next time.